I have another one here. Now on this one, this is the giant pumpkin. I'm going to put the orange and purple. Do I have orange? I'll have to check. I'm going to put the beads on it. But for this one, I'm going to put a bow about here, about where the stem is. So I've gotten these out for the bow. I don't know if I've got any Halloween flowers left. I think I've used them all. But I picked Paisley ribbon to match the Paisley in the design of the pumpkin. And I might put the word welcome or happy fall. I don't know. I may just leave it plain. I haven't decided what to put on it. But we do the same process. We're going to roll her over, find her center. Again, it's not the visual center, it's the hanging center, the weight. Don't make the mistake of doing the visual center, because then you're likely to have a crooked hanging, a crooked door hanger. Guys, I'm a hot mess today. I don't know about you all, but have you ever had days that just did not go right? No matter how much you pre-planned, things just are not right. Okay? Since this is such a big piece, I'm going to put my hangers an inch apart. Now I make wreath attachments and stuff, and the extra foam that I don't use, EVA foam, I will cut up and use the scraps for this. Waste not, want not. Okay. Put that there, and put that there. Y'all, on your super glue, any super glue would work. I get one that works on wood and metal, because I do use metal signs from time to time. And you see this super glue? It states that it is for metal. That way I only have to have one bottle of super glue. I don't have to deal with 2 bottles. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot my felt feet. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Now all of this is extra. It's not something that you have to do. Like I said, I think of the way my kids drove me crazy with the banging door and stuff, so I just think other mothers would like it too. Probably more or less dads would like it. Dads seem to be the one to get mad. Okay, so that's joined. All right, let's flip it over and let's look at our colors. Now all my beads, I have an orange. It's a light orange. I don't have any green. That's a dark black or purple. We could use that. And then let's use some more of our purple again. Some of our purple. And this is how I choose the beads. I just lay them out on the project to see how they would look. Okay, and like I said, it usually takes about 9. So when I pick out a pattern, since this is 3, I'll use 3 of each color. Two of these, and 2 of these. There we go. I have other colors here. The gold doesn't work. Brown, there's no brown. white. The white's too stark because this is more of a beige. So the white would be too stark. No lime green, so I don't use the green ones. No yellow, it's all orange. So we're going to stick with this combination. I'm going to get a piece of coated wire. Like I said, I've had this for a year. I still have half a roll to go. Got this on the Amazon shop. Okay, make a hook. I'm going to get me out 2 black beads. I want 2 of the bigger beads. Okay, so we put on our base bead, and then we just thread on our colors. I'm alternating them. Okay, let's turn our pumpkin over and let's see how it fits. Oh, that's too small. Can you see? See how it's bent and you got big gaps in it? So we're gonna need 3 more. Okay. Okay, let's bend it now. That's much better. There's no really big gaps. Can you see, or is my hands in the way? Let me move my hands. See, it's better. There's no big gaps between the beads where it curls. Okay, so that's what we're going to go with. Okay, we'll lay this down and staple. I don't necessarily decorate for Halloween. I decorate for fall. Oops. Oops, I'm out of staples. I decorate for fall. Decorating for Halloween is okay, but it's so short of a season. Your decorations are up for what? A few weeks? And then they got to come down so you can do November, do fall. I will do pumpkins and fall leaves and sunflowers. Now I have a beautiful Halloween wreath I bought from one of my creative coaches, and I will put that up on Halloween just to have some of the spirit, but the rest of the decorations are fall. Okay, again, I place it so that the bead is at the top of the wood. It does not go behind it. I want to make sure it lays tightly against the wood. Okay, and then cut off the excess. And there we go, we have our hanger. We have a nice beaded hanger that matches the print on the pumpkin. There we go. Okay, let's turn it over. And again, I do put hot glue on it. Again, I think of children getting stuck on a staple or a sharp point of the wire. I just want to make sure that it's covered and that it doesn't scratch anybody or your door. Okay, here we go. If anybody is commenting, I'm not seeing any comments. I just see people coming and going, going and coming. If you have any questions and I didn't see it, please ask it in the comments when I post it, and I'll be more than happy to answer. If you want to know where I got my supplies from, the beads and the wire come from the Amazon, and then the door hanger came from Deco Exchange. I got it from Deco Exchange. Okay, so let's set this aside and let the hot glue dry, or cool, however you want to phrase it. Oops, sorry about that. I didn't mean to make you seasick. Okay, now we're going to make our bow. And to make my bow, I'm going to use the Paisley. I'm going to use this orange and black. It's got some lace on the sides, so I'm going to use the orange and black. I'm going to use the Paisley. Then I have another black ribbon. This is an embossed black. I'm going to put that on there. Another Paisley, and then this pretty orange and black. Okay? I use my bow maker. I have terrible hands. So I'm going to make an 8-inch tail. Pinch it, twist it. Okay, the tail goes down so the first loop comes down. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just going to do 5-inch loops on this bow. I'm going to make it kind of small, or a medium-sized bow. So you scrunch it down there, get it pinched in, and twist it. Making a bow is simple: pinch, twist, loop. Pinch, twist, loop. So I put it in, pull it to the, now I'm measuring the corner to the 5-inch mark. Pinch it down, and since this bow's going up, this tail goes up. And that's how you make a 4-leaf or clover bow. It's just a giant X. Now you see how I've got tails only on one side? I'm going to take this and I'm just going to add a tail. So that's just a piece of ribbon, no loops, just so that I have tails on this side too. And I'm only doing that because this is my base ribbon. This is going to be the base of my bow, and I want to make sure that I have everything balanced. Okay? Make sure my loops are the same, and they are. Okay, so my base is set. Now I'm ready to make my bow. Now I'm going to go in with the black and orange. Okay. Since the last one we laid down went to this way, we're going to go this way. So I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to gather it up, pinch, twist, stick it in there. Since this loop went down, this loop goes up. Now I try to make my loops a 1/2 inch or a good finger width or 2 apart. That's so that you can see what is below it, okay? Can you see the difference in the sizes? Let me turn it so you can see it. Can you see it? I'll show you again on this side. Since that loop went up, this loop goes down. Okay, you see how I've left a couple of finger widths difference? Then I pull them up to make sure they're the same length. And this is all to keep the balance in my bow. I want to make sure my bow stays balanced. Nobody likes a lopsided bow. Now, there are other types of bows. There's the funky bow. There's the airy bow, where it's made with light airy ribbon. It's usually made with 1 inch or less, all the loops. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in a 1.5 inch black. Now this is a florist ribbon. It's made from the material that the florist uses to wrap bouquets in, and it is water resistant. Not waterproof, but water resistant. And I love that beautiful embossed design in there. So we're going to gather it, pinch and twist it, put it in our bow. This loop is down, or is up, so this one goes down. Make it smaller. Put it in there, twist it. Put my loop in there. Now on the last loop, you don't twist it. The only reason you twist it is so that the pretty side ends up. Okay? And pull our tail down and trim it. So I'm moving along on making our bows. This year I see that hot pink and the fluorescent orange are the go-to colors for Halloween. I think it's pretty. I love those colors. But for me, Halloween is the traditional black, orange, dark purple. I don't know. I guess I'm an old fuddy-duddy. I'm old-fashioned. Okay. So this one went this way, so this one's going to go this way. Pinch, twist, put it in there. Put our loop in there. Make it smaller. Put our loop in there. And then bring it down. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Up. It goes up. My bad. See, even I mess up. It goes up. Okay. And then our last one. Which is this pretty. I wanted to bring a little more orange, bring out the orange in it. So this one was down over this side, so this one's going to come over on this side. Pinch, twist, and loop it. Pinch, twist it, loop it. Okay, and then bring it down. Now, I like using the bow maker. A lot of people make bows in their hands. Number one, I can't. My hands don't have the mobility anymore. But also, if I had to stop and answer the door, or answer the phone, or if I had to go tend to the kids, stop a fight or a fussing, my bow's going to be okay. I can set my bow like this overnight if I have to. It's going to be fine. It's not going anywhere. It also gives me a chance to look at it, at how it's going to sit on my project, so I know what's going on. Okay. Let me get a twist tie out of here. Now to take it off, I put my thumb at the top. I work my bows up to my thumb. And then I put my two fingers behind it. And I pull it up. I don't squeeze it tight. I just hold it so that it doesn't collapse. I want my stack to keep its orderliness. I want my stack to stay in order. Okay? And then I click it a few times. I don't sit it down tight because I want to make sure everything stayed where it was supposed to. Nothing moved. Nothing's out of place. Okay. Then I take it and cinch it down. Now you want to cinch it tight enough so that when you're tightening it up, see how my ribbon perked up? See how it stood up on its own? That's how you know that you have it tight enough. Okay. And then I snip it. Now, if this was a bow that I was going to give someone as a gift bow, I would put a dollop of hot glue on the nub of the twist tie so that it wouldn't scratch the door or the mailbox or whatever it is they're going to use it for. Okay. Make sure my tails are all going in the right direction. Everybody's facing up the way they should be. Okay. Now let's get our pumpkin back here. I'm going to set my pumpkin down. Let's see here. Now I'm going to center the pumpkin, the bow for the pumpkin, up here towards the top so that it matches with the greenery that is on. All right. So when you attach it, I'm going to cover up the stem, so you might miss the stem, but you'll see the greenery and the main part of the pumpkin. I'm going to bring it up as high as I can, and those two tags that I left at the top, that's how I'm going to attach it. I pull them up, and I'm going to staple it as close to the twist tie as I can get. There you go. And that staples that down. And then I will turn it to the side and do the same thing. Now, this is supposed to be down. So I'm going to make sure I pull it to where it needs to be. Lift up the rest of the loops so I can get under there. And staple it down. There we go. And I'm going to do the other side. Pull it up. And staple it down. There we go. Now to fluff a bow. I'm going to teach you how to fluff a bow. Usually sometimes when you buy bows, they come squished. You might have had them in storage and they get squished. What you're going to do is you're going to start at the bottom. You're going to use your two fingers and you're going to put them in each side of the loop and just lift. Okay? That's why everybody uses a high quality, well not everybody, but that's why we use a high quality ribbon, wired ribbon, is so that you can fluff your bows. Okay? Don't be afraid to move them around. That's what the wire is for. So you can reposition these where you want them. Okay? Pull them apart. Fluff them up. This one's supposed to be down. Down. This one's up. Okay? Don't be afraid to manhandle them. Move those wires around to where you want them to be. This one. I was afraid that was going to happen. This one slid on me a little bit. All right. Now to trim them, you want to make sure that your tails aren't any longer than your loops. Okay. So I start at the bottom. I'm going to trim my tail. Okay. So it's shorter than my loop. You can still see the hanger, or you will be able to see the hanger. This one's going to be a little shorter, so that you can see the bow behind it, or the ribbon behind it. Same with this one. All right, and now these are the ones on top. I'm going to cut them shorter so that you can see what's behind it. Now you can do the dovetail. That needs to be a little small. You can do a dovetail, which is what I'm doing, or you can do a slant cut. There we go. Now on any ribbon that is less than 1 inch, anything that is less than 1 inch, I will do a slant cut on. So this orange ribbon right here, it's a 5/8, and I will do a slant. Okay? Don't be afraid, again, to move those wires around to where you want them. Okay? So see how I cut the top? You can still see the hanger and the top of the ribbon. You can see all of the different shades of ribbon. Okay, now I'm going to trim the bottom. Again, start with the bottom ribbons, and I want the ribbon to be shorter than the printed leaves, the printed greenery on it. Well, the purple leaves, okay? So I'm going to cut the second one shorter. Now, if you were on earlier when I was doing the legs, if you staple something on wrong, you can always pull the staples out and oh, I got a puzzle piece. Give me just a minute. Okay, sorry about that. If you staple something on wrong, you can always unstaple it and move it. If I cut these tails too short and decide, oh, pickle relish, I need longer tails, I can take this bow off, use it as a gift bow, and then remake it with longer tails. Okay? So you see where I'm cutting the tails shorter than the design, and then I go shorter as I go up. That way each ribbon is visible and can be seen. All right? And this one gets cut at a slant. Now it's all right. Let your ribbons, tails, fluff up. You don't want them flat. You want them to have dimension. You want your bow to be dimensional. You don't want it to be flat. Okay? So see how I've fluffed up everything so that it stands up off of the door hanger? Can you see that? Okay? So this is still under 3 inches of height. So it will still fit between a wood door and a storm door. Those of us in the north have storm doors, wooden doors and storm doors, and you can always hang this behind that glass door on the wood door, and it will fit. Okay. Now one more finishing touch. Let me get a little orange ball out. Now on the center, you can fluff these up and hide it, but I'm going to put a little orange ball, glittered ball, just to give my bow a little bling, a little extra bling. Okay, there you go. Now you can do this with any door hanger. You can get a welcome sign from the Dollar Tree or from Walmart or Target or wherever. TikTok Shop has them. And then you can bling it up yourself. It's real simple. I did make some posts, some live videos of how to bling with Mod Podge. I told you to get some Mod Podge, put it in a squirt bottle, draw your Mod Podge on where you want your glitter, sprinkle your glitter on, and it sets overnight, blow off the excess, and you'll have a glittered surface. On this one, I think I'm going to make a dark purple welcome to put on here. I think that would look nice. Add a little welcome sign. But there you go, there's my Paisley pumpkin. So today we made the pumpkin, and we made this cute Halloween flamingo with her dangly legs and her glittery stockings.